Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608, and today I am playing Starmade. We are in dev build version 0.201.099. I realize I've been titling these pre-build, although technically in the dev build, and technically I don't care. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about missiles. And I have the blog post up. It is at www.star-made.org/news, and I won't remember to put a link in the description. And I'm down in the missile portion of the dev build, so I'll give you a moment. Or no, pause me and we'll play when you hit it if you're reading along. Missile capacity. To add another layer to using missiles, we've added a missile capacity system that will also prevent you from spamming them. By placing missile capacity blocks on your entity, you increase the maximum amount of missiles to be stored. The missiles are reloaded in bulk. As soon as you fire a missile, the reload starts. When the timer runs out, all the missing missiles are filled up again. For AI-controlled ship, the reload only starts when they run out of missiles, so it controls the amount of missiles flying around. In addition, you require additional power from missile capacity blocks. This should normally not be a concern for you, unless you're deliberately trying to store too many missiles for your ship size. What do you mean too many missiles? You can't have too many missiles. Anyway. Oh, we also have these shiny new textures. Pardon me. Let's see, because missile capacity got a new texture. That's the new rail dock. Those are the new rail stuff. Actually, that one's the pretty one now. And we have missile capacity, new missile capacity modules, and I still haven't worked out how many of these guys it's going to take to give me how many missiles, but oh no, I don't want to do that. But we're just going to throw a few down here. And well, that gives us 62 missiles. That's enough to play with. Okay. What's the 13 seconds there, Tim? I wonder if that's until... Oh, okay, the counter. See down there? The cooldown timer clock blue thing is cooldown for the weapon. The count is until all missiles are recharged. Okay. Let's see. Missile shield and point defense prioritization. Okay. Each missile has its own shield, protecting it from point defense turrets. Now, the strength of this shield scales with the missile's damage and should also encourage firing more high damage missiles and trying to flood the field with low damage decoys. So you lob a missile, that missile now has a shield. Shield relation to the damage of the missile, which in this case is 900 modules worth of damage. I don't know how much shield that would have. Let's see. And we looked at it before, but in the Bobby AIs, now you can prioritize missiles like high damage, low damage, or whatever you want. You're the AI here. So those are the options. So it might be a good idea to have a mix of AMS or anti-missile system turrets that go for some target high damage missiles, some target low damage. So because my old tactic used to be fire swarmers or some large number of lock-on missiles, and then while the AMS was distracted by that, lobbing the real missiles in. Now you can set it up so that doesn't work as well. So let's pop open a target. Once again, we're on the dark side. I'm going to go to the light side, even though there are cookies over here. Unless you shoot some stuff. Whee! Oh, slow down. Alright, so let's get lined up, and this is just straight missile. Nothing special about it. It's just missile. Well, it's special because it's a missile, but you know what I mean. And it hits and does missile damage. It kind of explodes and makes a crater, just like a missile do. Anyway, and it takes that long to recharge the cooldown of it. And it seems to have quite the punch. And just like the other weapons, it looks like you can do it in focused or volley mode. Volley is what we used to call unfocused for the beams. Remember when you'd salvage with left click and it would whine at you. Or right click, whatever. Oh, you're unfocused or focused. I don't know if it still does that. Anyway. Let's see, and that's your street cannon. Street cannon is default fast, non-tracking missiles. Those are fairly quick missiles. Missile cannon is a heat-seeking swarming missile. So missile cannon is what the old missile was. So this is going to fire a bunch of seekers, heat seekers. And I'm assuming they're true to the old heat seekers. They're just looking for cores. They don't care if it's friendly, if it's not a friendly, if it's a... See, because they've all decided, oh, there's a core. And they're going to try to hit this platform. The best I can tell, they try not to shoot the ship they're fired from, but if I recommend not using this if you're in a fleet or on a fighter within a squadron, because then it gets nasty. Anyway, missile beam is lock-on missile. And see that? We got a lock-on, the thing spins and turns green. And it flashes white and green when there's a lock-on. And as I understand, once you lock on to the center of mass, once you fire, the missile will try to find a system to hit instead of just center of mass. So it'll go for a while, register, oh, I'm supposed to be hitting this lock-on thing, and it'll try to hit the center of mass of what it's locked on to. And the indicator turns yellow when you're trying to lock on. And they did away with one of my favorite old schemes. Alright. Used to be, when you had a whole bunch of missiles that you wanted lock on, but you didn't want all the extra power and whatnot of having a full lock-on missile, you could slave a single beam computer to a missile computer, not have any beam modules, and you would get a regular missile that had lock-on. Now if you do that, see how slow the lock-on is? But if I attach it to the proper one, how fast that is? Your lock-on, the speed of the lock-on is now determined by the amount of beam modules it appears to be. So, I think Schema looked at a list of my old tricks and tried to thwart all of them. So now you can't have cheap lock-on missiles. It has to be the whole kit and caboodle. Unless you don't mind and want a really slow lock-on. I don't know why you'd want that. But, there you go. And you still can dumbfire these, as long as you aren't locked on. Like, if this was to ever reload, I could click and it would fire, and... Oh, you can do focused, unfocused, or volley. Volley, that is, if I have more than one group, it'll fire the groups sequentially. Let's go focused, because I want to hit a target here. And so you can just dumbfire it. Okay. What's next? Missile. Alright, missile. I think this is my favorite new one. It lobs a bomb. The bomb ignores shields. So, if you have a 10 bazillion shield on this plate, it don't care. It'll bypass them like the warheads did. Probably still do. Those look like eyes, and it's kind of disturbing. Anyway, but the neat thing about missile, this bomb, it doesn't have its own thrust. It inherits the velocity of the ship once it's fired. So right now, I fire, I'm gonna hit the brakes. The bomb's gonna keep going at 8.2 meters per second. I know it's that much meters per second because that was the speed of the ship I was going when I fired the bomb. And let's see somebody set this bomb up. And come on, you know you want to. There we go. Nice big hole. That has been toned down a bit. The radius isn't what it used to be, but I think that's fine, especially seeing that this can ignore shields. Actually hitting something like that's going to be a nightmare. That's where little bombers are going to come in handy. Little maneuverable quick ships. They get up close, lob the bomb, and then leave. But it's also going to be good for stations and things like that. Although, remember it takes the exact trajectory of your ship. So let's see, I'm just holding down D, I hit fire, I slow down, and notice the bomb trail went this way, the missile trail, and it takes a couple seconds to activate. But it wasn't clear of the ship when it did activate, so it blew my own testing ship up. So be careful with those. They are dangerous. And I almost wet my pants when that happened, because I wasn't expecting it. I should have been going this way, so that I had less ship to go through. Well, we're gonna try that. Didn't damage any. Yeah, it didn't damage my weapon system, so that's fine. I'm just out a little power. So we're gonna let it do its thing here. And you'll notice missiles don't have any recoil. Neither did beams. Come on. You know you want to. Alright, so I'm gonna go like this, then hit the brakes, and notice the bomb went exactly sideways. So this is a cautionary tale. Be careful using these things, or you'll blow yourself up, or you'll fire in the wrong direction. So if I'm coming at a weird angle, and I fire, it's not going straight out from the ship. It's going to be going at this weird angle, so it's going to miss it entirely. Like that. Except it's not like that because I didn't actually fire a bomb because the cooldown's so long. Now, I think it's fascinating. It's going to be interesting to see how people use it. Again, I think the best thing it's going to be against is stations or capital ships, things like that. You're never going to hit like an Isanth with it. Isanth. You're never going to hit a small ship with it. But you might be able to pummel a station or a capital ship, like a big destroyer or something, having some lighters much smaller than this, with smaller bombs, well, much smaller than that, and getting up close to it and dropping them at key points like airlocks or the base of turrets, things like that. Alright, so let's come over here, and let's spawn in an old friend. About a Mark IV ironclad. And let's find it. Why a Mark IV ironclad? Because it has AMS turrets. There's quite a few, and I want to show you the shields, these things. Alright, I'm gonna just lob a missile. See, it's getting hit by all those turrets, and the shield is keeping it safe. Now, being a bomb, I think bombs have stronger shields than the others. Yep, and it keeps going. Wow. Of course, also keep in mind that these turrets are 1-1 cannon. So one module of cannon attached to one module of cannon. So they are not very strong because in the old days, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, all missiles had one health point, so it didn't make sense to have a huge AMS turret. It made sense to do a 1-1 cannon. And so ironclads are now, with these old turrets, they are incredibly vulnerable to the missiles. Right, so let's just take that out. Oh, they finally got it. And let's just lob a regular missile. See the little blue circle? It has shields as well. Alright, and let's see, do swarmers have shields? That's a good question. Swarmers are now beam cannon. Alright, beam cannon. They're missile cannon. Yes, looks like swarmers also have shields, so the one on the bottom right there is getting pummeled pretty good. And they come in for the kill. And boom, boom. Alright. And for good measure, let's try missile beam, which is the lock on. I'm not going to lock on, I'm just going to lob one. Oh. Something went funny there. And I believe the way missiles are taken care of and tracked in game is going to up the optimization and whatnot. I think there can be like 400 missiles at once in the being rendered. I don't mark my words on that, but there we go. Yep, and it has, oh, it's kind of wiggly, wobbly, but it has shields as well. I'm gonna have to totally redesign my turrets. Anywho, I'm JW608. This is Starmade. I'll dig you cats later.